Good is good. It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over and talking about the best player at each and every price in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM, starting at 5,000 MT, going all the way up to 300,000 MT. Now, the reason I'm only starting at 500,000 MT, or 5,000 MT, I should say, is because we've only got a couple of players that are cheaper than that. Now, if you want to go through and talk about Koulibaly and Derek Lively for 2,000 MT, man, do what you guys have to do. But those emeralds, if you want guys for 2,000 MT, these three guys on your screen, definitely the main ones that I do recommend. Now, one also other thing I do want to mention as I'm coming up with this, guys, 10K to 100K range is so bare. What I want you guys to do, scroll through your menus and see how many cards are in between the 10,000 MT mark and the 100,000 MT mark. And it's just not a lot right now. And 10,000 obviously are these cards I'm considering, but between these and the big ballers, there's really not much. So it gets kind of tough in those ranges, and you guys will definitely be able to see and tell that. But we're going to start it off at the bottom. For 5,000 MT, the two guys I want to talk about are Herb Jones and Mitchell Robinson. Even on my No Money Spent squad series, these are two of the first guys I picked up because for their specific value at their specific positions, I think they can compete with the absolute best. For Mitchell Robinson, a stretch big that can compete on the interior at 7 feet tall. It doesn't get much better than that for 4,000 MT. Obviously, you got to Evo him up, but turn that real player percentage on, knock down threes in the corner, and you will have no issues. I was pretty surprised at how good Mitchell Robinson really was stat-wise when the card came out. Definitely a card I do love. For Herb Jones, again, 6'7". Thing I really hate is his speed. Wish that was a little bit higher, but everything else about this card is super complete. Knocks down shots with a smooth, easy to time release. Obviously plays great defense, although the speed's not great. I really like Herb Jones as far as a complete card in my team. Does not get much better than that. Next up, guys, we do have 10,000 MT to talk about, and we've got some really solid players for 10,000 MT. That's the one thing I'll give 2K credit for is, look, at 10,000 MT, you've got so many different options. Whether, it's Rui Hachimura, who didn't even make this, Nicholas Claxton didn't even make my main guys, or the guys that did make it, like Franz Wagner, 6'10", 88 3 ball, 85 driving dunk, 86, obviously, ball handle, man. Card is just so good. There's no flaws with Franz. Great release as well. Plays great defense because he's 6'10". Super tough to beat Franz. Another guy I want to talk about here, Brandon Miller, 6'9", great 3 ball, good driving dunk. Good ball handle, great defensively. These are the types of guys that for 10,000 MT, if you pick up, start one at the starting small forward position, start the other one at the shooting guard position. Again, run them side by side. They will be able to carry your squad. Who are some other guys for 10,000 MT that I am a massive fan of? Well, this is one of them right here in Kenyon Martin. 6'9", good 3 ball, comes with range, great defensively. The only downside is he's 6'9". If you want a taller power forward, I get it, but Kenyon Martin is just absolutely ridiculous. So the four main guys I recommend for 10,000 MT, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Kenyon Martin, as well as Brandon Miller. Next one, below 50,000 MT. Look at how many guys, and I want you guys to really look at this, are in 2K between 10,000 MT and 50,000. Yes, you got these new amethysts. They all kind of stink. Okay, let's look. Between 10,000 and 50,000. You had the New Year's set. But outside of that, who have we gotten between 10,000 MT and 50,000 MT this entire season? Just look at it. It's crazy. There's just really nobody. But the guy I decided to go with here is none other than Dikembe Mutombo. Now, obviously, I don't have him evoed, so his stats are not going to look good. But after you do evo him, which to knock down, or to evo him, you just got to knock down threes, turn on the real player percentage, will be super easy for you guys to do. He knocks down shots. He plays good defense. If you need to see what he's like, I have a gameplay up on my channel of Dikembe Mutombo. But I still think he's a top somewhat big in the game. I can look where I had him on my center list. He was at number 5 on my top centers in my team. If you can do that, get that for 40,000 MT, that's tough to beat. Even for me on my No Money Spent squad series, if I was to spend up on a card right now, it would be on this Dikembe Mutombo card. Next up, guys, we do have the 50,000 to 75,000 price range, and even that, how many different cards do I have between 50,000 MT right now in my team and 75,000 MT? Hardly any. The guy I really settled on here is a guy I really do like. A lot of the community does like this card as well, but we have to go way back to the Kareem set. That is Amethyst Cade Cunningham, 6'7", 91 3-ball, good driving dunk, good ball handler, defensively really solid at 6'7" as well. Good badge wise. I mean, again, I don't think people really respected Cade enough for what this card can do. You fully badge him up. You're looking at a card with a ton of badges. Card that offensively, defensively can compete at a super high level. And the best part about Cade is that release. Comes with obviously Hall of Fame blinders, so you know you're gonna see more opens than you probably should, as well as hyperdrive. But again, that release for Cade Cunningham is something that everybody needs to look at. Watch my Cade gameplay, and if you're looking for a point guard, want to upgrade a little bit, Cade Cunningham for 63,000 MT, probably not worth the price, but is still one of the best point guards in the game. For 100,000 MT or 75 to 100,000 MT, the guy I went with is this guy featured right here. Deal of the day, Rudy. There's not that many cards under 100K that I'm really fond of. Everybody's over 100,000 MT outside of these bums like OG Anunoby, these bums like, Austin Reeves, Andrew Wiggins. These cards stink. Elgin Baylor, James Worthy, Jason Kidd. Those cards are all very mid. So the card I'm going with is the deal of the day. So if you're watching this and it's a different day, I'm sorry, but Rudy's the card I'd go with. 93 ball, 95 driving dunk, really solid defensively. Now I do want to say this. Do I think Rudy is worth this price? Probably not. I still do not think he's worth 76,000 MT because that would literally be all my MT for, I don't know, a top 5 small forward in the game, and I just don't think he's ultimately worth that. But again, we don't have that many good options in that in-between price range, and so for me, that's who I'm settling with. Rudy G for 76,000 MT, a great 3-and-D guy in my team that I like. I used him for a long time on my main account. Next up, guys, we got the 100 to 200,000 MT price range. I'm gonna plug in a couple of different guys here. One of the guys I'm gonna plug in was in the same spot a month ago when I made this video. So I mean, that just shows you how much this game has kind of stayed the same. Really, the guy that I'm talking about there is David Robinson. Center, 7'1", 235 pounds, 85 3-ball, good standing, driving dunk, defensively is absolutely elite. And the best part about this David Robinson card is he comes with the Hall of Fame rebound chaser. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. For big men in my team, that badge, in my opinion, one of the most important badges you can add to, or that a center can have. He has it. Good release, great stretch big, 7'1", get your paint stops. Is he Victor Wembanyama? No. I'm not going to sit there and try to gas that. But is David Robinson that next up at the center position? I think so. Maybe in that 2 to 3 range at that center position. The other guy I want to go through and talk about here for under 200,000 MT, Devin Booker, 6'5", 206 pounds. Look, I'll be honest with you. I personally would rather use a guy like Jrue Holiday. Now, that's crazy for me to say, but I would rather use Jrue than Devin Booker. But for the majority of people, they think Devin Booker, there's no think about it, maybe the best offensive point guard in the entire game. But on the flip side, they don't think his defense is that bad, and they would rather use an offensive head than a defensive head. And I respect that. That's why I'm putting Devin Booker on this list, because I think a lot of people are going to use this card and really enjoy him. Next up, next price range, 200 to 300,000 MT. My options are Derrick Rose, Luka Doncic, or Klay Thompson. That's really it. Now, who did I decide to go with? Both Klay Thompson and Luka Doncic. Whatever you do, do not buy Derrick Rose. You're going to hate the card. Luka Doncic, look, I'm going to be honest with you. Release is slow. Outside of that, he does everything at a super high level in my team. I'm so tired of the slander that Luka Doncic gets. Now, yes, his stats don't look good right now because I do not have him evoed on the Nobody Spent Squad series. But once you evo Luka Doncic, he plays great defense, dunks the ball well, shoots the ball immaculately if you are open. Huge green window. I know his release isn't super quick, but if you get open with Luka Doncic, he is chicken man in my team. The other guy, Klay Thompson, 6'6", smooth release, maybe the best pure shooter in the entire game. When you do evo him, the driving dunk gets way better as well, so he can attack the rim and finish with flair. For me, these two are in my lineup right now. I do think they're overpriced, not worth that price tag, but if you do want somebody in the 200 to 300 price range, that is who I'd recommend. Last thing, 300,000 MT plus. So if there is one guy I could get right now for 300,000 MT plus, who would it be? So we're looking at lock-ins, like a guy like Adam Morrison, A guy, let's look at the Showtime set or the Tis the Season set. Penny Hardaway, Giannis, Victor Wembanyama, Kobe. Who am I looking at picking up when it comes down to those things? That's the big time question. For me, it's really simple. It's Victor Wembanyama. The best card in my team. 7'4", 87, 3-ball, decent driving dunk, great block, great interior, good speed, good lateral. Here's the deal though, guys. He even has Hall of Fame interceptor, Hall of Fame rebound chaser, Hall of Fame anchor, chasing the artist. All of those defensive badges that you want, Victor Wembanyama has. And offensively, stretch big, high 3-ball, decent release. That is my basically best player in the entire game for over 300,000 MT. That's going to wrap it up for our video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.